What's up, guys? This is Titan Lifestyle. I'm back in the lab every Friday at 2 p.m. This is what I do, guys. I talk about Titan products. I talk about therapy of the week. I talk about events we have coming up. And then my favorite part, Q&A with you guys. So, again, Titan Lifestyle every week, 2 p.m. If you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit the bell. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get notified of when I do these videos and when John does his videos. Make sure you guys tune in. Titan Talk on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. That's John's show. You can check him out. He always has great stuff on there, too. But, yeah, let's see who we got on real quick. I always want to give my shout-outs when I first come on, see who's on here. We got Flex Master. We got Nilu Fayeesman. Sorry with the names. We got Tim Gilbert. A lot of people on right now. We got 12 just popped up. Matt Klinger's always on here, too. So, shout-out to everybody. YG Lee, how's it going? One of our new patients, guys, YG Lee, he tunes in every week. I think he's been a patient now for only like a week or maybe 2 weeks. So, how's everything going, YG? How's it going? How's everything? How are you feeling? We're officially a Titan. This guy was tuning in every week for weeks and months, waiting to count down because, you know, we have an age limit here at Titan. So, as soon as he was old enough, he jumped on board, and it's been going good ever since. Yeah, I didn't jump on. I wish I would have gone back in time, too. Health-wise, joint-wise, you know, everything. My joints and probably be a lot safer now. But, yeah, we got Charleston on here. Kuna Po joined, too. Anybody else on here? Guys, get your questions ready. I'll be doing Q&A throughout the show. I do a full Q&A at the end of the show, but during the course of the show, I got a big screen in front of me, guys. So if you guys want to ask questions, let me know. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And, again, if your questions aren't answered, just shoot me a DM or just save your question for next week. So every week, I can get to your questions. I love answering you guys' questions. I like to answer them rather than you guys Google search them or ask somebody else. I have a lot of application to the therapies that I've used, so it's not just about, you know, reading up on it, knowing it. I know actually how it feels and what it does to my body personally, which is always good too. So, yeah. Anybody else on here right now? Let's get into the therapy of the week. Therapy of the week, guys. Every week we have a therapy of the week, one of our Titan products. Basically, we just talk about it. Sometimes we have sales on it. Sometimes we have combos and different stacks. This week, it's called the Titan Trifecta. The Titan Trifecta, what that is Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, and the last part of that is the ECA Stack Plus. So if you guys are looking for your quote-unquote pre-workout, I always have people ask me all the time, what does Titan have for pre-workout? We don't necessarily have a quote-unquote pre-workout product, but what I take is literally this Titan Trifecta. I've been taking Titan Trifecta, and this is before it was called Titan Trifecta. I used to just take them because I get these 3 things every month anyways. Now we have, you know, more of a blend, better deal for you guys. But this is what I take every day before I work out. I take 1 ml Titan Complete, I take 1 capsule of ECA Plus, and I take 1 to 3 or sometimes 1 to 4 mLs of Hercules Potion. I do that 20 minutes before I work out. The ECA Stack Plus, what that is ephedra, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. Real ephedrine HCl from a pharmacy, so it's not just like, you know, the over-the-counter, the infomercials, ephedra. There's different types of ephedra. Ours is ephedrine HCl, pharmacy. Caffeine is 200 milligrams. That's the C. E is the ephedra. C is the caffeine. 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is your standard caffeine tablet or your standard energy drink that you would find at the store. Obviously, ours is a lot cleaner because it's pure caffeine. But 200 milligrams of caffeine. The aspirin is about half the dose of a baby aspirin. Baby aspirin is about 81 milligrams. Ours is about a little bit lower than that dose. People ask, why are we putting aspirin into our, you know, energy or fat-burning product? What aspirin does is it lowers your blood pressure. So when your blood pressure is lower, basically when your blood pressure is high, your blood is thick, you know, like pasta sauce, it's thick. When your blood pressure is low, it thins out your blood. When your blood is thinner, it can get through the veins and through the areas it needs to go quicker. It's almost like if you're drinking a thick protein shake through a straw. It's too thick to get through. The straw is the vein, and then the protein shake in there is the blood. It's too thick to get through there. What aspirin does, it thins out your blood. Now your blood's thinner. The protein or the blood can get through that straw or the vein faster and give you a better pump. So that's just a quick breakdown on why we put aspirin in. And again, if you guys are taking low-dose aspirin every day, it helps prevent strokes, helps prevent heart attacks, and lowers your blood pressure. So that's going to give you a better pump with the caffeine and the ephedrine. Now the B12, I'm sure you guys know B12 has plenty of benefits, from metabolism, from fat burning. It actually helps with sleep, which people don't, a lot of people don't look at that way. And chromium has plenty of benefits too. But the main ingredients are the ephedra, the caffeine, and the aspirin. That's the ECA plus stack. Next thing, Hercules Potion. Hercules Potion is probably, in terms of bodybuilders or people that are, whether they're compete or not, it's probably one of our most popular products. It literally basically does everything. It's mainly known for the muscle pump. So if you guys are taking products where you're taking something that gives you an insane pump, a good pump, ours is going to do that a lot better. And the reason why is because it's IM, which means it's injected intramuscularly, which means it doesn't have to affect with the absorption of your food. So in other words, if you guys have avocado, peanut butter, coconut oil, some types of fat in your stomach, and you take those garbage powder mixes that give you energy or give you a pump, what's going to happen is that liquid or whatever you're ingesting is going to get lodged into the fat, and it's not going to distribute quick enough to get to your body. And a lot of times too, a lot of guys use pre-workout, a lot of girls use pre-workout. It makes them have to use the bathroom because they're taking it orally. So if you have a good pre-workout meal, now you have your little pre-workout powder drink, you're in the gym, and now you have heartburn, now you have to use the bathroom. But yeah, you have a great pump, but it's not an enjoyable one. So Hercules Potion is great for a pump. You inject it intramuscular before you work out. It's water-based, so if you guys are, why do I have to inject it? It's going to hurt. It's water-based, so it's not your typical testosterone cypionate where it's going to be oil-based. It's water-based, so it goes right into the muscle. No pain, but the pump is insane. So we could actually get some shirts that say Hercules Potion, no pain, but pump insane, because a lot of people are worried about taking injections. It's like the needle is a 30 gauge ½ inch, which is about the length of an earring back, and it's actually a lot thinner than that too. So spot inject the muscle before you train, pumps crazy, joint lubrication crazy, vascularity crazy. And I noticed the stamina on this. Well, if I don't take Hercules, I work out for maybe an hour, 20 minutes. When I take Hercules, I have to kick myself out of the gym in 2.5, 3 hours. So it keeps you going too. Last thing with the Titan Complete, with the Trifecta, will be Titan Complete. Now, Titan Complete is basically a huge blend of vitamins. So if you guys were to compare it to something else, I like to compare things here at Titan to things that you could take over the counter or other things, just so people get an idea of what our products does. Titan Complete is basically like your typical one-a-day men's or women's multivitamin with a lot more to it. You're going to have all your B12 vitamins. You're going to have B complex. You're going to have MIC. If you guys aren't familiar with what MIC is, I used to work for a clinic a while back, and we used to use it for weight loss specifically. It was just only MIC injections. People used to come in and pay a lot for these MIC injections just for weight loss. So that's in with the 1 ml that we're giving you. So 30 ml bottle, 1 ml shot's going to have all that stuff in it. It's also going to have L-carnitine in that 1 ml that you inject, or if you decide to do 2 mls. In each dosage, you're going to get L-carnitine, you're going to get MIC, you're going to get B12, you're going to get B complex. I mean, there's so much stuff that goes into this product, and you're going to feel great off of it. So if you can combine it too in the same syringe, it's it's water-based, like the Hercules Potion. So again, rather than inject yourself in 2 areas, if you have a syringe that's big enough, you can inject 1 ml of Titan Complete with 1 ml of Hercules Potion in the same syringe to avoid, less injections. So yeah, that's pretty much the Titan Trifecta. Again, we service all 50 states. If you guys are interested in getting this product, call 727-389-3220. Let the medical providers know that I told you that you need to get it, so that way you get a little bit of a discount. And yeah, we service everywhere. So as soon as a medical provider calls you back, if it's your first time patient with us, basically guys, you just call the office. We set you up with your blood work. Some stuff you don't need blood work. Actually, this Titan Trifecta, you do not need blood work for this. So if you guys are interested in getting this, all you'd have to do is call the office or fill out the new patient paperwork first, and then call the office and see what's up. But basically, you call the office, let them know what you need, fill out the new patient paperwork, the medical provider calls you, goes over things, Skype, FaceTime with you. Once we go over everything with you, if you do have blood work done, we'll go over that with you too. Once everything comes back, we look at what you need, what you don't need. The doctor makes recommendations, and then we take it from there. So each patient is different. So a lot of times people say, hey, I called, they only gave me this, or someone else called and they gave them this. Everything is dependent on the patient. My dose may be different than someone else's doses. It may be higher, it may be lower. So everything is different for each person. That's the reason why a prescription is needed, or new patient paperwork is needed, because it's not something that you just want to go and buy at the store not knowing what's going on in your body. So Titan Trifecta, call now. Again, get a discount on that. Mention my name. And again, we service all 50 states, so no excuses. We can get it out to you. Let's see if we got anybody else on here.
We got a bunch of people on there, but
a lot of people.
No, not too many comments.
See what we got on here. We got Canoop, KM, Armadezi. These names. Hi, Emmy. Sorry with the names. Hi, I'm going to just abbreviate them. Hi, Emmy is on here. Kerry Brown. Humodolot. I can't pronounce these names. Daryl Curtis. Nutterbuck. I don't even know these names. I'm giving up on these names. What happened to Mike, Dave, Steve, Christine, and random names. Daniel, 1982, Kerry, IB Chili 73, J Florida. That's a good one. That's a nice easy one. J Florida. Castile. A lot of names on here, guys. John Bennett just joins. Holden just joined. Not Holden Outlaw, different Holden. We got a couple Holdens that tune in every week. Rob Perry Jr. is on here. Adam Siegel's on here. William Ross. There we go. They're popping up now. Revolution Apparel. Not sure who that is. Shout out for watching us. Mike Tuso, Tasha, McManaway. Amanda Callie joined. Bellarosa Bullies. I'm actually interested in the bullies, so hit me up, Bellarosa, with the bullies. Big Rod's on here too, the ageless Mr. Fountain of Youth himself. Chico Express, Dougie 7200, Bulldog. A lot of people on here right now. Guys, there's plenty of people on here right now, so get your questions ready. Even if it's something small, something big, something health-related, fitness-related, medicine-related, current events, anything you guys want to share with me, let me know. I'm on here for a little bit longer. But
we got a couple things here. So I just texted this guy. He said, can you post the video later if I tune in? Of course we can.
Okay, so who's that?
It's
KOOC_M, Kook_M. Can you repost the video later if I tune in late? Yes, we're going to be reposting this video. If you go to Titan Medical's Facebook page, if you go to their Facebook page or their Instagram, they're going to be playing this video. So as soon as, what happens is, as soon as we're done doing the live, Art goes over everything, he edits everything, gets everything set up with the graphics, and then once everything is ready, then he posts it. So it should be on there shortly after the show is over. Once it's on the website, once it's on my Facebook, Instagram, or Titan's Instagram or Facebook, once it's on there, it'll be always on there. So if you go to any of the pages, you can see all the old shows. And again, if you guys can't watch the show, you could always listen to the podcast. I've done like almost 200 shows now, so you can listen to the podcast. So if you miss it live, if you're driving, if you're working construction, you got the radio out there, whatever, you can just crank it up and listen to it whenever you want. So it's always available. If you don't catch the live, you could always come back and watch it later. Daniel, 1982, Kerry says, new patient, I didn't start yet, but looking forward to your product. Good news. Yeah, you're going to love it. What did you get? Said he didn't start yet, but he's looking forward to your product. What did you get? Or if you haven't ordered or done set everything up, what are you looking forward to getting? Usually people that come to Titan, they usually have one thing in mind, and then they find out we have other stuff, so it gets kind of out of there. Someone said, what are the price ranges? Price ranges vary from our different therapies. And again, if you go through me, you get a discount. But any of the prices, we have so many different products, so many different prices. If you call 727-389-3220 and just ask them, let them know what you're interested in, they could let you know what the current prices on that, and if we're having a sale on that, and what it takes to get that too. So you can't just call and order. Again, some stuff you need blood work. If it doesn't show on your blood work, chances are you're not going to get it, because we're red flag for that. We're not going to give you something if you're already over the limits on that. So if you've been someplace else and you've got your blood work done, they're like, yeah, well, my testosterone was over 1,000, but they still did this and that. That's them. That's not us. We do things the right way here. So Make sure your blood work is on point. But yeah, price is different. They're different price for all products. In terms of what's expensive and what's least expensive, if you guys are looking for something that's the least expensive thing we have, Titan Trifecta is actually pretty cheap with what we have going on right now. ECA Stack Plus is one of our least expensive. I wouldn't say cheap because cheap sounds like bad quality. ECA Stack Plus is one of our least expensive products, and it sells a lot. And it's going to accelerate fat loss and give you great energy whether you work out or not. And again, it's a capsule form, so you don't have to inject yourself. That one is a little bit less than the other one. So, but yeah, all different prices for all different products. Strength Addict said, "What's up, Titan fam? Big Dru, Rod, and Art, and everybody else."
I saw the video on this guy too.
Strength Addict said, "I feel so bad for Garvito jumping off the stage to pose the audience. Really bad idea." Yeah, if you guys don't know who Good Vito is, he's a bodybuilder from over Russia. Young kid, looks crazy. He's got a ridiculous physique. He did a guest posing. Guest posing means, if you guys aren't familiar with bodybuilding, there's actual shows and there's guest posing. Guest posing means that you're a professional bodybuilder and you're going to basically do a performance at an amateur event. So they'll just pay you to go there and just, do your posing routine. So it's kind of, the guys aren't necessarily in contest shape. You kind of have a little bit more fun with it because it's just you out there just for the crowd. There's no competition. But basically what he did is he's doing his routine. A lot of times guys will jump down the stage and go to the crowd because it's all for a show. It's like an exhibition. It's not part of the actual, competition. So a lot of times guys will jump off stage and, stand in the audience or get a crowd. He jumped off the stage and he buckled his knee and messed up his leg pretty bad. So I watched a video last night, somebody else talking about, they said they heard the injury wasn't that bad. But then again, later in the video, he said that if he were him, he'd say it wasn't that bad either. Because if he says the injury's bad, he's going to look like, oh, what are you doing? If he says, oh, it's not that bad and just, kind of lays low and lets it heal, then it's a different story. But yeah, when you guys are so lean and so big, if you're going to do something at a bodybuilding event, even if it's for a guest posing or even if it's not at a bodybuilding event, do it on your own or practice it before you go out there. You don't want to get into the heat of you're so into the crowd's amping you up. And this is what guys do. I'm not going to go try to do a backflip unless I've done one before. So, be careful. This guy jumped off the stage, buckled his knee, and now he might need, I don't know if he needs surgery. I don't know if it's a tear. I don't know what it is, but it didn't look good. And again, I think he's in prep right now for a show. So it's kind of slow him down a little bit. Yeah. Practice what you do before you do it in front of an audience, guys. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be singing, it could be anything. Just practice it. You don't want to be live injuring yourself. Who else is on here? Gunnar Murphy, Sam Boy, Amon, a lot of people on here. Azim, Avery Ryder. Let's get into one of the topics. First topic, FDA approves first over-the-counter birth control in the U.S. Yeah, let me pull this up. Yeah, this is getting, I'm not sure what the deal is with the birth control and with the, I'm not sure why, it just seems like there's so many options for people to not be married, to not have kids, to not be in relationships, to not, it's getting, I don't know what the agenda is. I don't even know if there is an agenda, but the simple fact that you can just go, because if you think about 15, 20 years ago, it was like people were, whenever the topic of abortion comes up, it's a touchy subject and this and that. And now, with all these Plan Bs and over-the-counter and this and that, it's almost like they don't look at that as being as bad, even though it's stopping a life from being born. But it's just crazy that there's so many options now. When I was younger and I was a teenager and I would see other people my age, having kids or a little bit older having kids, it just seemed like everyone was having kids now. Now, fast forward 2023, I don't hear people having kids. I don't hear people wanting to have kids. I don't hear people wanting to be married. So it's just crazy. But yeah, over-the-counter birth control. And they said that one of the articles, I read a couple different articles, but one of the articles said that the actual over-the-counter birth control works better and has less side effects than the prescription birth control. So again, ladies, if you guys have ever taken birth control and you've had, hormone issues or I'm not sure. Obviously, I've never taken female birth control, but yeah, if you guys have had any issues, now they're saying that over the counter was found 93% effective preventing pregnancy with typical use. So I mean that's literally almost the same, if not better than prescription. So yeah, the only thing with this is I see here at Titan Medical we do a lot of blood work. We talk to a lot of females all over across the country. Some females have their hormones are off because they took birth control at a young age. So if women takes birth control at a young age and now she may be 35 and she's been taking birth control on and off for 20 years and now she's stopping, she may have hormone or something might be off. So now that's with a prescription. So now the fact that you could buy it over the counter, do you have to be a certain age to buy it? That's my main thing. Are they going to make it so you have to be 18, 21 to buy it? If you don't have to be that age to buy it, is there going to be a teenage girl that pays her older sister to go buy her some birth control? So I mean, it's going to be, I don't know. It's kind of, it reminds me of when I was in school growing up and, even like 6th, 7th grade when they started talking about condoms and all this stuff. And they would say in high school, my high school, they used to pass out condoms and some people liked it. And the parents were like, it's kind of letting kids know that they can have sex. So now that fast forward 2023, now they could just literally go to any drugstore, or I don't even know if they're going to have it at regular stores, and just buy birth control. So it's almost now there's no excuse. I mean, there's no excuse for someone to not want to get pregnant and not want to be pregnant. I mean, back in the day, it was, you wear a condom and you try to prevent it or this and that. And then after that, it was condom. And then girl says she's on birth control. But as men, we have to always make sure, are they really on it and this and that? So, I mean, there's no excuse now. So it's just crazy. I'm interested to see what type of side effects these birth controls are going to have over the counter. If there are any side effects, like how long it's going to take. And women, if it's just, it's, oh, here we go. Says another side effect concern was vaginal bleeding, whether users, particularly teenagers, would know to seek help, healthcare provider. So again, if I'm looking at one of the side effects, and it says one of the concerns was vaginal bleeding, and it says whether users, particularly teenagers. So again, I mean, I'm a man, so it's kind of like I don't really know how to feel or to talk about all this. But again, if it's causing vaginal bleeding, and now it may be a woman saying that, oh, my period came early because of my birth control, but that might just be a side effect of the birth control because it's bleeding. So, again,
no age restriction.
And again, Art just pulled it up on the screen right now. It says there will be no age restrictions on sales. The FDA says the drug will be available in drugstores, convenience stores, and grocery stores, as well as online. So again, is this going to be something where you can just go on Amazon and get birth control? I mean, I don't know. See, the difference with this that I see, because all it is, preventing someone from being pregnant, birth control. So the difference with the whole condom thing was when I was a kid and they were passing out condoms in schools and all that stuff. The difference with that is it's not affecting the man's blood work. It's not affecting the man's mental. If a guy wears condom for 20 years and then all of a sudden he gets married and doesn't wear a condom anymore, his hormones aren't going to be off because of that condom. But with the birth control, that's a whole nother issue. There's no long-term side effects with these drugs because they haven't been used yet. So all these things you hear, or even Art pulling up one of the topics now that says you need to be is saying that it has these problems. But once again, what's going to happen in 10 years, 20 years from now if they're taking this? Because that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing women come in, their blood works crazy because they were taking so much birth control for so long. So, and then they tried one, it didn't work. So they tried another one, it didn't work. They tried another one, it didn't work. So their hormones are out of whack, and then they stop, and they come on, and they stop, and come on. So there's plenty of other alternatives than just going to the store and buying over-the-counter birth control. There's a lot of birth control, especially here in that Titan. I've heard about different birth controls that I've never heard about before. So ladies, if you're interested in birth control, we do have stuff here at Titan. Obviously, it's better than over the counter because we're going to regulate it. But again, how do you guys feel about over-the-counter birth control pills in the U.S.? No age limit. No age limit. So if you got a kid, your 12-year-old, 13, 14, 15, she could walk into CVS, buy the birth control, and then now, not only that, I mean, what is this? Are STDs going to go up now? Because people aren't wearing condoms, because now they're just like, oh, I have Plan B, I have birth control, I have all this stuff to prevent the baby, but it's not preventing the STD. So now it's like, you know, people are going to have unprotected sex all the time now because I got Plan B, I got birth control, I got this, so it is what it is. Concrete D says, Big Dru, what's up? What's up, Concrete D? See who else we got on here. No age restricting, pretty crazy, yeah. No. See, the thing is kind of like condoms. I mean, I don't know if there's an age restriction on condoms. Kid could go in and buy a condom young, but then again, it's not affecting his mind at all. It's just, you know, something that cosmetic. Who else we got on here? Yeah, let's get the last topic. Paralyzed man walks after Bluetooth connects his brain with his spine. More tech stuff. I mean, we're living in a tech world. Everything's crazy. But let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, but basically, a guy he was paralyzed, and from him being paralyzed, they used a Bluetooth because they couldn't find the signal. They couldn't get the signal to connect properly. So what they're using is basically Bluetooth to connect his mind to his spine, and now he's starting to walk. So basically what they're using like the Bluetooth as like a brain. So I don't know if you guys can see the screen. The guy has basically like something over his head that's like monitoring his brain with wires attached to it, and those go right onto a walker, and he's walking. You see the wheelchair in the background, so he's actually walking, and then the lady has a laptop next to him that's connected to everything. So she's basically helping his brain to give the right signal to his spine to be able to walk. So I mean, it's actually working, and this guy's actually walking from using this. So I feel like this is going to be more and more advanced. A lot of times if people are paralyzed, it's usually a signal where their brain won't fire, it won't signal. So now that they have that signal, is it going to help with other things? Is it going to be a situation where a guy, you know, whether it's he can't walk or can't move his arms, or is it going to work for someone who's a paraplegic? But the simple fact that now we're relying on not medicine, but, you know, what's the word? Computers and things to operate our mind is getting. I mean, I had a conversation with Art before the show, and I was basically saying, you know, 100 years from now, you're not going to find too many natural people. You're going to see someone that, he has a chip, or he has something in his brain, or he has a Bluetooth for this, or, I mean, is it going to get to the point where you're like, yeah, I got to go to the hospital because my knee hurts. They're going to put a chip in my knee, and then it's going to take the pain away, and it's bad. So there's already, if you guys don't know, already a few months back, I talked about how there's a pain patch where it could just, you put the patch on, and once it signals that you're in pain, it releases the medication. So I mean, all these things, I mean, I saw yesterday they did a head transplant. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. But again, all this stuff costs money. So in poor countries, in poor areas, poor neighborhoods, whatever, you're really not probably going to hear about this stuff. It's usually going to be people with the money that have the money or the resources or the insurances to be able to get these things, to have it. So again, you know, I don't really see any people doing this that don't have the means to. Again, if the more money you have, the more healthy you could be. Whether it's your body, whether it's your mind, whether it's anything. But again, what do you guys feel about this? Is it something that you would consider? I always have problems with people putting chips and stuff in people's bodies, because then what happens if it malfunctions and you can't just turn it off. You know, if I have something implanted into me, this one's a little bit different because it's an attachment, but if I have something planted into my body and something happens with it, it's going to be like one of those movies where you see the guy with the chip in his hand where he cuts it out with a knife and rips it out, because then they control you. So I thought that was interesting that the guy was able to walk. I've seen things now where they have surgeries where people are blind. They're not blind anymore. They could walk. Now they can't walk. Now they could walk. So, I mean, technology is getting better and better. Medicine's getting better and better. Just like what we're talking about before the show, people are living older now. People that are 40, 50 feel 20, 30 now. So, I mean, I know I'm over 40 now, and I still feel great. I still feel physically like I did when I was 25, 30. So.
I feel better. I was maybe
Yeah.
more right now.
Actually, yeah, I do actually feel better now than I did about 10 years ago. I was I was full of water back then, so I feel a little bit better. But yeah, let's get into some of these upcoming events. If you guys have Q&A, a bunch of people on right now, so if you have any questions at all, shoot them to me now. We're going to get into some of these events real quick, but again, yeah, just shoot me the questions and I will come up on the screen and I'll stop in the middle and get to them. First event, August 3rd to August 5th, Tampa Pro. That's the Tim Gardner show. It's at the Grand Hyatt Bayport. So if you guys are coming in town, don't just Google Tampa Hyatt. Make sure it's the Bayport. That's the one out near the airport. So if you guys are flying in, it's not too far from the airport. It's a great show. It's an amateur show, national qualifier, and it's also an IFBB pro show, which is an Olympia qualifier. So if you guys are looking to get your pro card, want to get qualified, do the show. If you guys are pros and you want to get Olympia qualified, do the show. If you guys are interested in seeing what the pros look like up against, standing by them, like face to face, come to the show. We'll be giving out free B12 shots at this show too. So if you come by the Titan booth, we are the title sponsor for this event this year, title sponsor. So our name's going to be all across the stage. It's going to be all over the place. We're not just the typical vendor that's there. We are the title sponsor. So come by the booth, check us out, hit the iPad, give me your email, give me your email and your name, and you'll get a free t-shirt. And yeah. Going to be plenty of pictures. What'd you say?
B12 shots, too.
Yeah, B12 shots. So if you guys want those B12 shots, when you come by the booth at the Tampa Pro, at the Grand Hyatt Bayport, just make sure you come by. It'll be a small piece of paper. It takes 2 seconds to fill out. You fill it out, or we might have it on the iPad. Fill it out real quick, and then give us your email. Free B12 shot with no obligation. So a lot of times people are like, yeah, we'll give you a free B12 shot as long as you sign up for 6 months. No, all you got to do is literally give us your email, and you get a free B12 shot, and you get a free t-shirt, and you get a free picture, and you can meet the Titans. I'll be there. Rod will be there. We may have a special guest. John should be there. Sharice should be there. So it's going to be a great show. Again, that's August 3rd to the 5th, Tampa Pro, Grand Hyatt, Bayport. After that, St. Pete Fashion Week. Be ripping the runway. I'm not sure what they're going to have me in this year, but hopefully it's something, I don't know if I want to go formal or sporty. Last couple events I did formal, like V-necks and slacks and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. Either way, it's going to be a great time. That's a St. Pete Fashion Week. It's in St. Petersburg this year. 2201 First Ave, South St. Pete. So that sounds like it might be downtown.
Jackie Z Style Company.
It's at the Jackie Z Style Company. Again, that's 11th. This is a different address that I have.
It's near the sundial.
That's we have to go one down.
Oh, where you at?
Down.
Oh, the
Right there.
fashion
There
show.
we go.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2201 First Ave, South St. Petersburg. And again, that's September 16th. Starts at 6 p.m. It goes to 10 p.m. It's going to be a great time. General admission is only $25. VIP tickets are a little bit more. So just go to the website or call Titan, find out how you can get tickets, and we'll get you over there. It's going to be a great show. Again, we'll be modeling. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. So basically the setup is a whole bunch of different models from different companies will be there. We'll all be lined up wearing our wear from our company. We usually go last. The girls will walk the runway. I'll walk the runway. John, Sharice will walk the runway. And then after that, we'll all come out, take a group picture. And after that, we usually hang out for a little bit, talk with people. So it's a good event, good time to get some pictures, good time to talk to us. And it's a good time to just get away from the whole gym scenery and more of like a nightlife, classy. It's a nice event. So that's St. Pete Art and Fashion Week, September 15th and 16th. After that, the Hurricane Pro, that's October 21st. The Hurricane Pro, another Tim Gardner event here in Tampa. People get the Hurricane Pro and the Tampa Pro confused a lot because they're both a pro show in Tampa. And they're both sponsored by, head promoter is Tim Gardner. So if you guys make sure there is a difference between two shows. This is the Hurricane Pro. This is October 21st. Again, it's a national qualifier and it's also a pro show. So when you go to these shows, these are my favorite type of shows because you have an amateur show and you have a pro show. So it's like you can see what they look like in amateurs and pros. So you get the best bang for your buck when you go to these. You can get the best of both worlds all at once. Again, that's October 31st, Hurricane Pro. And the 21st, Hurricane Pro. And the location for that, I believe, is at the Coliseum. Coliseum St. Pete, great venue, guys. Great old school venue. They made the movie Cocoon there. It's a great venue. Probably my favorite venue of all the events that we do outside of, the Olympia. That's probably my favorite venue. Just the way it looks, the setup, the way they have the booths, everything. Even the parking, everything. So it's a great time. October 21st. After that, we're going to the Olympia, my favorite time of year, November 2nd to November 5th. The O is in the O. So the Olympia is back in Orlando, Florida this year. I'm very excited about that. It's actually been planned to be in Orlando this year. So if you guys went to the Olympia last time it was in Orlando, that was kind of watered down. It was during the whole pandemic thing. So it was last minute. It wasn't really as big as it should be. They did a great job, but it just wasn't as big as it should be. So this year, it's officially been planned in Orlando at the Orange County Convention Center. It's going to be huge. They said the expo is going to be the biggest it's ever been. The competitors list is insane. And again, we're going to be a sponsor there, so come by the booth. Get a free t-shirt, get some pictures. There'll be a lot of other athletes, major athletes coming by the booth, hanging out as well. So if you guys linger around the booth, chances are you may see one of the top Olympia guys or Olympia girls there over as well. But again, that's November 2nd through the 5th. And again, if you need tickets for that show, just check out the website online. Go to the Olympia. Just type in Google Olympia tickets. Tickets aren't that expensive for this event. There are better, more expensive VIP tickets. Last thing about this Olympia, if you guys want to go to the Olympia because you've seen videos and you want to walk around the expo where they have all the tables and all the people, and you could see people, you could take pictures, you can get autographs, you can get merchandise. If you want to go to that, that's at the expo. So if you guys are online and you want to get tickets and you only want to go to the expo, come by the Titan booth and all that, you only need to get tickets for the expo, which is a lot cheaper than the actual show. The show is good too, but if you only want to go, if you're like it's costing too much or I just don't want to do all that, all I want to do is come by the Titan booth and see a couple different booths and see some people, only get the expo ticket. Once you get there, once you see how live it is, you'll probably be at the ticket booth buying a regular ticket, but it is what it is. Just want to put that out there. So I think it's like $20-$30 or whatever for an expo ticket, and you could literally see everybody and see everything right there. Next thing, Festivals of Speed. That is going to be November 5th at the Ritz-Carlton. So we'll be at the Olympia Friday and Saturday in Orlando, and then Sunday we'll be at the Olympia for a little bit, and then we're going to shoot straight over to the Festivals of Speed. So we'll be in the same hotel, all in the same areas, which is very convenient for us. But again, that's going to be Sunday, 11/5, Festivals, McLarens, Bugattis, Hellcats, Lamborghinis, high-end Benzes, Jeeps, everything. I mean, old school Mustangs, new Mustangs, GT 500s. There's going to be so many cars at this car show, guys. It's at the Ritz-Carlton. It's a beautiful location right near the lake. There's plenty of food and stuff back there too. You can bring the kids, bring the wife, walk around, take some pics. There'll be plenty of booths. There will be AC. There's AC because it's very, very hot. So there's AC. You can always step inside the actual hotel, the lobby. There's food in there. There's restrooms. So for people that are going, they're like, I don't want to be outside in that heat all day. You don't have to be. You can hang out. And then again, this is in November, so it will cool down a little bit by then. But again, you can go inside, use restrooms, cool off, this and that. So you're not stuck all day like that. And again, there's food, there's drink, there's plenty of stuff to do. If you're at the hotel, the pool's nice. The pool next door to the Ritz is real nice as well. And it has like a pool, a lazy river. So if you want to hang out there, actually stay there for the weekend, there's plenty of stuff to do. And if you go hang out at this show, if you go to Orlando that weekend, you're going to be able to watch the Olympia. You're going to be able to watch the Ritz. You're going to be able to watch the Festival of Speed at the Ritz-Carlton. So if you're looking for a getaway, if you're a bodybuilder or just something that you want to do outside of like the club scene, if you're looking for a weekend getaway, this would probably be the best time to do it. And not only that, it's before Thanksgiving. So as a bodybuilder, a lot of times the Olympia is like, after Thanksgiving, or so anybody who's competing in these events, they're going to actually be able to enjoy Thanksgiving once the show's over. So anybody who, has that worry, I don't want to travel until, after, you could go to the show, you could be lean, you could work out, this and that, and then afterwards, you have plenty of time for Turkey Day, if that's what you celebrate. If not, you can just eat whatever you want anyways. Every day is a Turkey Day for me, pretty much. I like to eat, so. 11/18 Cars and Couture, that's November 18th. Last show we have on our list as of right now, another car show, kind of like Festivals of Speed, where we have all the cars out there. We'll bring out the Hellcat, we'll bring out the Titan Lamb, the Titan C8, the other Titan C8. Everything will be out there, so we'll crank up the cars for you guys too. So people love the sound of the Lambo more than the C8s and the Hellcats. I like the Hellcat sound, but people like that Lambo. Every time we crank it up at these events, people just swarm to it. They like the crackling sound and the high-end. You know, supercars have a different sound to them. So, but yeah, Cars and Couture, November 18th, 6 to 10 p.m. And that show was actually here in Tampa, Florida on Falkenburg Road. It's at the Motor Enclave, 6499 North Falkenburg Road. So you can see the address on the screen. Again, you can Google search or call Titan, get information on all of these events. If you go to my Facebook, after this, you'll see all the events on there as well. If you go to Titan's Facebook, after this, once it's officially posted, you'll see all the events on there as well, too. Who else we got on here? I just want to make sure that I saw some people pop up. Make sure I don't. Okay, 3781 Gabriel said, should you add amino acid in your pack?
Already in there, man.
Already in there. We already have aminos in our Titan Complete. We already have aminos in our Hercules Potion. Citrulline, choline, a lot of aminos in our products. So I definitely aminos. I take aminos every day. So, and injectable aminos too. Powder aminos, they will work, but again, depending on how much water you're drinking, you may urinate some of those aminos out. And again, if you're not eating the proper food and it gets lodged into your food, you might excrete some of that in your food as well. When you're taking aminos intramuscular, you're not losing anything. It's going straight to the muscle, so it doesn't matter how much you use the bathroom or urinate or anything. You're not gonna lose any of it. Age is just a number now, especially with all the great therapies and stuff. I remember a time when pros would always turn 39. Everyone was scared to say they were in their 40s. Wow, that's real. Yeah. Strength Addicts just said on here, he's like, I remember a time, like, you know, age is just a because, you know, earlier in the show I was talking about how I feel young. I still feel young, you know. And then now he's saying that he remembered back in the day when pros would always be 29. No one wanted to be 40. And then now no one says they care they're 40. So, yeah. It does feel different now when I'm saying, yeah, I'm 40. I'm over 40. It feels different. So I don't realize how old I am until I look back all the years of all the stuff I've done or how long I've been doing stuff like this. And think that's when I really realize. Strength Addicts Kentucky said, good response on my pages from Dru's points last week on sub-Q oil-based injections. People love Titan programs because there's a lot of education provided in addition to entertainment. True. Yep. Revolution Apparel Incorporated says, outside of what Titan offers, are there any over-the-counter vitamins, etc., that you suggest? I'm not sure because all the vitamins that I actually take are through Titan. The only thing that I take that Titan doesn't have would probably be creatine. And that's not necessarily a vitamin, but that's just something that Titan, because everything else Titan has. I mean, for my pre-workout, I got my Hercules, I got my ECA, and my HRT. If I'm bulking, I'll do MK677. As always, my anastrozole tamoxifen with my HRT. But in terms of everything else, the only thing that I really have that you'll see me take that's not Titan related will be maybe creatine. That's about it. That's all I could think of. Or maybe some glutamine, maybe, but that's about it. In terms of vitamins, Titan has all the vitamins I need.
That's it.
Real quick, shout out DC Baker, G-Mids 88, Joshua A. Williams. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this week of Titan Lifestyle. I'll be back next week at 2 p.m. Get your questions ready. I'll go over this afterwards and look at all the comments and make sure I didn't miss any questions. If I did, I'll try to get those next week. Make sure you guys hit the bell on YouTube so you subscribe to these videos so you can be notified every time I do these videos. Check out the podcast, Google Titan Podcast from your Android, or if you have an iPhone, just click on the podcast button and type in Titan Podcast. Also, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and again, the live is always on Facebook every week, which you can watch. Again, once this show's over, we'll get it edited and up for you guys. I'll be back next week, guys. Get your questions ready. Have a great week and stay cool. It's hot out there.